This is an old Oriental DB&Co set that has been in my possession for some time. I know DB&Co is Dunn Bennett & Company, who made hotel pieces. The set includes a pitcher, but I can't figure out what this tumbler-type item is. It's 4.5 inches tall, has holes in the bottom, and a drain on the outer bottom. My guess is a toothbrush holder, but why would it drain onto a counter? What do you think this was used for? My guess would be that it is used to pour the tea into it to get rid of the remains. This is likely a tea strainer or a slop bowl, designed to be part of a larger tea or coffee service set. After brewing loose-leaf tea, you would pour the last of the liquid from the teapot through this strainer into a waste bowl, which would catch the tea leaves. The holes in the bottom would allow the liquid to pass through while retaining the solid leaves. The drain on the outer bottom would then allow any collected liquid to be neatly poured away. It's an elegant piece of a formal hotelware service. I just moved, and this small metal flipper item was packed in my belongings, separated from whatever it came from. It's about 2 inches wide, and it hinges. There is a small black rubber dot on each side of it. It feels like it's from a kitchen appliance, but I can't figure out which one. Does anyone recognize this part? What you found looks to me like the mixing paddle from a bread machine or something similar. A bread machine automatically mixes, kneads, and bakes bread in a single pan. At the bottom of this pan is a small spindle. This paddle fits onto that spindle. As the machine runs its cycle, the paddle rotates, kneading the dough. The hinged design allows it to fold down and become embedded in the bottom of the baked loaf, making it easier to remove the bread from the pan. The rubber dots might be a non-stick feature. This is a metal disc with marked holes, found during a cleanup of a maintenance yard on a big construction site. It has 2 metal discs with holes and a handle and seems to be manufactured by Max, Germany. This looks like a hole punch for shim materials. Shims are thin pieces of material used to fill small gaps or spaces between objects. This tool is used for punching precise holes in soft shim materials like brass, copper, leather, or gasketing material. You would undo the plates with the handle, slide the shim material inside, tighten the plates, and then use a separate round punch that matches the desired hole size, striking it with a hammer to punch the hole through the material. This is an orange plastic piece that expands from 3 to 1. It has arrows on it. What is it? It's actually a Cabela's liquid blocker. This is a safety device used when transporting a firearm in a case. The device is inserted into the chamber of the firearm. Its purpose is to act as both a chamber flag, providing a clear visual indication that the firearm is unloaded and safe, and also to block the action from closing. The expanding design allows it to fit a variety of different firearm calibers. It is an important piece of gun safety equipment. I found this in a Kohl's changing room. I've seen this in other stores, but I can't find out what it is. There's a reason they were called fitting rooms. In the past, many department stores had in-house seamstresses and tailors. When a customer was trying on a new suit or a dress, the tailor would use pins to mark it for alterations. This small, often wrist-worn cushion is a pin cushion. It is used to hold the pins, keeping them handy for the tailor while they are fitting the clothes. It is a classic tool of the tailoring trade. Found on the back of a building. Why does a building need a GPS that appears off? It's a lighting control system that replaces photocells or programmable timers. Its purpose is to turn outdoor lights on or off based on the precise time of sunrise and sunset. It uses GPS to know its exact location and the current date. With this information, it can calculate the exact astronomical sunrise and sunset times for that location each day, providing a much more accurate and maintenance-free way to control the lights compared to a simple light sensor, which can be fooled by clouds, or a timer, which needs to be constantly adjusted. This is a metal base with a plastic cylinder. 2 screws came with it. It was found in a random drawer. A binky is used for scale. What is it? It's a benchtop wire spool holder or feeder. This is a simple but useful accessory for an electronics workbench. You would screw the metal base to your bench. You then place a spool of wire or solder onto the plastic cylinder. This allows you to easily pull off lengths of wire or solder with one hand as the spool can spin freely on the holder without rolling away or getting tangled. It is a common and practical tool for anyone who does a lot of electronics work or soldering. I found 2 of these in my mom's room in little velvet bags. Both have 304 and M6 on them. What are they? This is a portable door lock. It is a security device that you can use to provide extra security on a door, especially when you're traveling and staying in a hotel or an Airbnb. The metal part is inserted into the strike plate on the door frame. You then close the door, and the red handle part is used to lock the device in place, effectively jamming the door shut. 304 refers to the type of stainless steel, and M6 is a standard screw thread size, which might be part of the design. Chainmail sponge. I've seen scrubbers in steel wool and such, but nothing like this. The red inside has holes in a diamond and triangle pattern and is made out of silicone or rubber. This is for cast iron. It is a chainmail scrubber. Cast iron cookware should not be cleaned with soap, as it can strip the seasoning, which is the layer of polymerized oil that protects the pan and provides a non-stick surface. A chainmail scrubber like this one is the perfect tool for cleaning cast iron. The stainless steel rings are very effective at scraping off stuck-on food, but are smooth enough that they will not damage the seasoning. The silicone insert provides a comfortable grip. My friend works at a water treatment plant, and this clogged up a pump and did some serious damage. It looks like a tire, but I'm not sure from what. It's a wheel with a tire and a piece of an inner tube. The commenter points out all the key features. You can see the inner tube near the top, the tread on the tire, the white threads of the plies inside the tire, and standard tire markings like Made in China and a possible size. The 6-lug pattern on the wheel is for mounting it. It is without a doubt a wheel and tire, likely from a small trailer, a wheelbarrow, or a piece of equipment that has found its way into the water system and caused the damage. Just bought a used car. This is under the steering column in a used Toyota I bought. The dealership says it doesn't belong to them. Sometimes it displays numbers. This is a brake control unit for a trailer. It is an aftermarket device that is installed in a tow vehicle when you are towing a large trailer that has its own electric brakes. When you press the brake pedal in your car, this controller sends a proportional electrical signal to the trailer's brakes, causing them to apply in sync with your vehicle's brakes. The numbers it displays would be the gain setting, which controls the intensity of the trailer's braking. An old lady gifted me this small pot. What is it used for? At the moment, it's just sitting on a shelf. I think it's for incense. There are little things of incense you can get that are cones, not sticks, and you'd probably put one in there. This is a small censer or an incense cone burner. You would place a small cone-shaped piece of incense on the fireproof base inside the pot. Light the tip until it is smoldering, and then place the lid on. The smoke and fragrance would then waft out through the openings in the lid. What did I find in a bag of sunflower seeds? It's about 2 inches long and hard. The red coloring is from the seasoning. This is a piece of the sunflower stalk. It looks like a churro. During the harvesting and processing of sunflower seeds, it is common for small pieces of the stalk, the head, or other plant matter to be included with the seeds. This fibrous, woody piece of the stalk has been roasted and seasoned along with the seeds. While not intended to be eaten, it is a harmless piece of agricultural debris that was missed during the sorting process. What video game does this dude come from? My girlfriend bought this somewhat amusing incense package. I am pretty sure that the 3D angel is from some old-ass video game cutscene. This is a stock photo of the Archangel Michael, a 3D rendering to be exact. The earliest the commenter could find it is from 19 years ago. The incense producer did not create this 3D model themselves. They have simply licensed a generic, royalty-free stock image of an angel with a sword and used it for their packaging. It is not from a specific video game, but is a widely available piece of digital stock art. Found this on the side of a road in Hiroshima, Japan. Any idea what this is? This is most likely a sewer vent, also known as a stink pipe. These are installed on sewer lines to allow sewer gases, like methane and hydrogen sulfide, to safely vent into the atmosphere. This prevents a buildup of pressure or a vacuum in the sewer system and keeps the foul-smelling gases from escaping at street level or backing up into homes. The tall pipe releases the gases high enough that they are dispersed by the wind. They are a standard and necessary part of municipal sanitation infrastructure. Recently moved, and I found 1,000,000 of these tiny leaded pellets strewn across my carpeted basement. My baby son recently tested high for lead. What are these? It's pellets for pest shot. This is very concerning. This is the number 12 or number 9 shot, the kind used in snake shot or rat shot cartridges that can be fired from a pistol or a rifle. Someone was likely shooting at rodents, snakes, or big bugs in the basement. This has scattered a huge number of tiny lead pellets everywhere. This is almost certainly the source of your son's elevated lead levels. The commenter's advice is stark. You may need to pull up the carpet and padding and thoroughly shop vac the entire area to remove all the lead contamination. Horizontal lane markers. I live in Central Florida, and this one section of road has these horizontal markers along with the normal lane dividers. This is a very winding stretch of road. I did what I should have done in the first place and Googled it. These are called optical speed bars. They are a traffic calming measure. The transverse white bars are painted on the road with progressively decreasing spacing. As a driver passes over them, the bars appear to come faster and faster, which creates the illusion that the car is speeding up. This subconsciously causes the driver to slow down. They are used on the approach to a hazard, like the winding bends you mentioned, where a reduction in speed is desired. Found in my back garden, I was digging to plant a tree and came across this strange object. It's a bricklayer's pin and line. This is a fundamental tool used by masons to lay straight and level courses of bricks. A pin is driven into the mortar joint at each end of a wall. A string, the line, is then stretched tightly between the two pins. This string creates a perfect straight guideline for the top edge of the next course of bricks, ensuring the wall is built straight and true. The link shows a modern set. Who is this? I got this ornament in a grab bag. The tag says it's a famous face ornament. This is a caricature of Harry Carey. Harry Carey was a legendary and beloved American sportscaster, most famous for his long tenure as the play-by-play announcer for the Chicago Cubs baseball team. He was known for his oversized, thick-rimmed glasses, his enthusiastic and often comical broadcasting style, and his tradition of leading the crowd and singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" during the 7th inning stretch. This ornament captures his iconic look perfectly. Found in a sauce packet of ramen. It looks like glass and feels like glass. The shape is too clean for it to be broken glass. Maybe it's hardened sugar or salt. This is a salt crystal. The sauce packet for ramen contains a very concentrated salty broth base. It is possible for a large single crystal of salt, sodium chloride, to form in this highly saturated solution. While it might look like a piece of glass, it would dissolve in water. It is a natural, if somewhat unusual, occurrence in a very salty food product. My kid won this from one of those claw machine games. No one can figure out what the heck it's supposed to be. By process of elimination, the commenter is going to say, a warthog. The link provided shows a large assortment of mini fuzzy animal plush toys, the kind that are commonly used as prizes in claw machines. Among the various animals, there is one that matches this one's general shape, tusks, and coloring, which is indeed a warthog. It is a somewhat stylized and generic plush toy, which can make identification a bit tricky. I picked this up last year. I was cleaning out my truck and realized I never figured it out. It is threaded in the center. The inscription says PATD FEB 1207. That inscription is the key. This is a Ferris wheel nut lock washer, patented on February 12, 1907. It is a type of heavy-duty locking washer. The six-pointed star shape is designed to be used with a specific type of nut or bolt. Its purpose was to prevent nuts from loosening due to vibration, which was a critical safety feature on heavy machinery of the era such as steam shovels, railroad equipment, and, famously, the large bolts on a Ferris wheel. It is a piece of antique industrial hardware. I got this angel tree today. What is this? A kitsch angel character? I can't for the life of me figure out what it is. Stitch's girlfriend is named Angel. This is a reference to the Disney animated franchise, Lilo and Stitch. Angel, Experiment 624, is a pink female alien experiment who is Stitch's love interest. The character on the angel tree is this specific Disney character. An angel tree is a charity program where people can pick a tag from a Christmas tree and buy a gift for a child in need. And this child has requested a toy of the character Angel. Found inside of an antique jewelry box. Google says it's a vintage postage stamp, but it's weirdly puffy and seems too thick to be a stamp. It's a pad that is in the box to mount a ring or something similar. This is not a postage stamp. It is a small, decorative, and often puffy or velvet-covered pad that would have been part of the original display insert inside the jewelry box. It might have had a slit in it for holding a ring, or it could have been a decorative element on which a brooch or a pair of earrings was pinned for display. What wood is this? I'm walking on a trail in New England and finding lots of dead wood that is emerald green throughout. Is this related to copper? This is fungus. Specifically, the beautiful emerald green color is caused by a fungus from the genus Chlorociboria, often called green stain fungus or elf cup. The fungus grows on dead, decaying wood. Its mycelium produces a pigment that stains the wood this vibrant blue-green color. The stained wood itself, known as green oak, is prized by woodworkers and artisans for use in decorative inlays, a craft called marquetry. This is on a property that was cleared after a fire. It's about 4 feet. The real estate agent claims they don't know what it's for. Maybe where the house used to be? These are targets for an aerial mapping survey. When creating a highly accurate map or a 3D model of an area from aerial photographs, photogrammetry, surveyors need to place these high-contrast targets on the ground at points with precisely known GPS coordinates. These targets, called ground control points, GCPs, are easily visible in the aerial photos. They are used as reference points to georeference and scale the entire map with survey-grade accuracy. They are very common in areas that are being surveyed for new construction or for post-disaster assessment. I had this for a while. Anyone know what it is exactly? It's some kind of pendant. Yes, this is a pectoral cross pendant. The commenter's humorous and slightly sarcastic response explains it well. This is a mass-produced, mid-20th century variant of the cross pate, a form of Christian cross, dressed up with a crusader aesthetic. The 4 cabochon-cut synthetic stones are simply decorative elements. A pectoral cross is a large cross worn on the chest, over the pectoralis muscles, typically by clergy, but this is a smaller fashion version for lay people. I have something for my bike, but I don't remember what it is. Any ideas? This is a disc brake pad spacer, a small but important tool for bicycle maintenance. On a bike with hydraulic disc brakes, if you remove the wheel, you should never squeeze the brake lever, as this can cause the brake pistons to push the pads together, and it can be very difficult to get them apart again. This small plastic spacer is designed to be inserted into the brake caliper in place of the disc rotor when the wheel is removed. This prevents the pistons from being accidentally closed, making wheel installation much easier. What is this thing on the lamppost? My mom and I were just curious as to what it may be. It was found in the downtown of a town. This is a smart system for the city, part of a platform like IntelliStreets. It is a modular, multifunction unit that can be added to a streetlight pole. It can contain a variety of different technologies, including a public address speaker for announcements, color-changing RGB lights for architectural lighting or emergency alerts, and a Wi-Fi booster or a public Wi-Fi access point. It is a piece of smart city infrastructure designed to turn a simple lamppost into a hub for communication, public safety, and connectivity. The link shows a similar installation in Los Angeles. I found this object in my brother's room. It's made of plastic and what looks like a pool noodle. What is this? It looks like some kind of stand. It's for a drone. This is a landing pad or a portable launch pad for a small drone. The plastic frame provides a stable, level surface, and the foam pool noodle parts act as legs that can conform to uneven ground. Using a landing pad like this helps to protect the drone's sensitive camera and gimbal from being damaged by dirt, dust, or long grass during takeoff and landing. The link shows a very similar product on Amazon. It's a common accessory for drone pilots. I found this at a Japanese thrift store. I just found a bag of these and I'm curious about what it's for. It came with other items used for making bracelets and stuff for UV resins and earrings. This looks like a setting for a polished stone or a cabochon, likely for jewelry making. It's a type of bezel cup. A crafter would shape a stone or create a custom stone from epoxy resin to fit perfectly inside this metal setting. The stone would then be glued in, and the scalloped metal edges would be gently pushed down against the edge of the stone to hold it securely in place. The back of the setting would then have a loop or a bail for it to be hung from a necklace or a bracelet. What is this ring exactly? I found it and I'm trying to identify it. Inside, I can clearly read the inscription. Wolf 9.11, 1936, H. Himmler. There's also a swastika-type symbol and some strange rune-like characters. It's a Nazi death's head ring, or Totenkopf ring. These were not a standard military decoration, but were a personal gift given by Heinrich Himmler, the head of the SS, to fellow SS officers as a mark of loyalty and service. The ring features a skull and crossbones, Totenkopf, and various runic symbols. Karl Wolf was a high-ranking SS officer. While this could be a genuine and historically significant, though deeply disturbing artifact, a huge number of replicas and forgeries of these rings exist, so authentication by an expert would be required. I stumbled across these in a closed-off forest in Yorkshire, UK. What are they? These are bird feeders, specifically for pheasant rearing. Gamekeepers on large estates will raise pheasants in pens and then release them into the wild before the hunting season. These feeders are placed in the woods and are filled with grain. They provide a supplementary food source for the newly released pheasants, helping them to acclimate to the wild and encouraging them to stay in the area. They are a standard piece of equipment used in game management for pheasant shoots. Need help? What is it? I found it between kitchen utensils. This would look like a stick for mixing or stirring cocktails, also known as a bar spoon or a swizzle stick. The long, often twisted handle allows a bartender to reach the bottom of a tall mixing glass to stir a cocktail. The small disc, or muddler at the end, can be used for gently crushing herbs like mint or for layering drinks. It is a fundamental and classic piece of barware. What is this notification noise? I've been trying to find out where this sound comes from for months. It's sporadic. I've only ever heard it play on this laptop. Do you have Steam installed? It sounds like the friend notification. This is the noise that comes through on my PC when a friend comes online, goes offline, or starts a new game or application via the Steam gaming platform. It is a very distinctive and recognizable sound for any PC gamer. If you want to disable it, you can go into your Steam settings under the Friends and Chat section and turn off the sound notifications. This is on an office desk. The photo was found on the internet. I can't figure out what this machine is. This is a franking machine, specifically. It looks like a post-based 9001 model. A franking machine is a piece of office equipment that is used to print a postage mark, or frank, directly onto an envelope or a label. This replaces the need for traditional postage stamps. The machine weighs the letter, calculates the correct postage, and then prints a prepaid postage mark. It is a common piece of equipment in any office that sends a large volume of mail. I found this 500 feet off an abandoned trail and miles from any service road in the Bay Area, CA. There was nothing else in the area I could find that was human-made. This looks like a boiler, likely one that was used for logging operations. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, steam power was used for everything in the logging industry. A portable steam engine, powered by a boiler like this one, would be hauled deep into the woods. It would be used to power a steam donkey, which was a winch used to haul logs out of the forest, or to power a sawmill. This is the rusted-out remains of one of these essential pieces of historical logging machinery. What is this pin I got off Facebook Marketplace? I'm in Alberta, Canada, in case that has cultural relevance. This looks like an Asian junk to me. A junk is a type of ancient Chinese sailing ship that is still in use today. They are characterized by their distinctive, fully battened sails. This pin is a small decorative piece of jewelry that depicts one of these classic and iconic sailing vessels. It is likely a souvenir or a piece of costume jewelry with an East Asian theme. We have painted over this, but it comes back and is getting worse. Please help. That could be water damage. The staining, discoloration, and bubbling or peeling of the paint are classic signs that there is a source of moisture behind the wall. This could be from a plumbing leak, a roof leak, or a problem with exterior flashing. Painting over it will only temporarily hide the cosmetic problem. It will not solve the underlying issue. You need to hire a professional, like a plumber or a roofer, to find and fix the source of the leak to prevent further damage and potential mold growth. This was my favorite toy as a kid, born in 1985, and now it's my son's favorite. There are no markings on it. This is a 1987 Air Raiders Tyrants of Wind Trooper Soldier figure. Air Raiders was a short-lived but beloved toy line from Hasbro in the 1980s. The story involved two opposing factions, the heroic Air Raiders and the evil Tyrants of Wind, battling for control of a planet called Airlandia. The toy line featured a variety of action figures and vehicles that had an air-powered action feature. This is one of the basic trooper figures from the evil Tyrant faction. Found this in my mom's old film SLR camera bag. The thicker part of the metal frame on the right slides back and forth along the rest of the frame. The white circles on the side spin like wheels. It's part of a slide projector. This is the slide carrier or slide changer mechanism from a 35mm slide projector. The user would place two photographic slides into the metal frames. They would then slide this carrier into the side of the projector. By sliding the carrier back and forth, they could project one slide and then quickly switch to the next one. The spinning white circles might be part of the focus mechanism or the slide advance. The link shows a complete projector with a similar carrier. Found this in a mystery box. What is it? I was thinking it might be something for your hair, but I don't know. It's a bookmark, styled like a big plastic paperclip. The commenter had one in the 80s and hated it because it was easy to accidentally tear a page. This is a simple bookmark that, instead of being placed between the pages, clips over the top of the page to mark your spot. They were a common and inexpensive novelty stationery item, but as the commenter notes, their design could sometimes be a bit harsh on the paper. What happened to my ant traps? I opened my drawer and they were like this. A mouse would be my first guess. The bait in ant traps, which is often a sweet peanut butter-based substance, is also very attractive to mice and other rodents. A mouse has likely found your ant traps, chewed through the plastic casing to get to the bait inside, and then likely carried the traps around, which would explain their placement and condition. It is a sign that you have a mouse problem in addition to an ant problem. This thing, what is it? It's an electron gun. This is the component from the inside of a cathode ray tube, CRT, the kind that was used in old pre-flat screen televisions and computer monitors. The electron gun is located in the narrow neck at the back of the large, funnel-shaped glass tube. Its job is to generate a focused beam of electrons and to accelerate it towards the phosphorescent screen at the front of the tube. This is the guts of a CRT that has been broken open. What is the name of this kind of embellishment? I'm trying to restore this old globe, and it has these little rosettes that go over the bolts. Some of them are missing. The search term you're looking for is brass applique rosette. An applique is a decorative, ornamental piece that is applied to the surface of a larger object. A rosette is a design that is shaped like a stylized rose. These small, decorative brass rosettes would be used to cover the head of a screw or a bolt, providing a much more finished and elegant look than an exposed screw head. A search on Etsy, or a specialty hardware site for brass applique rosette, should turn up many options. Metal spots? What are these bits of metal on my dinosaurs? I'm guessing they go to a game or something. This is for recharging them. The two metal spots are the electrical contacts for a rechargeable battery that is inside the dinosaur toy. The toy would have come with a special charging base or a cradle. To recharge the toy, you would place it on the base, and these two metal contacts would touch two corresponding contacts on the base, completing the circuit and allowing the internal battery to be recharged. I'm at an Airbnb, and there's this weird spotting on the TV. It's almost engraved on it and doesn't change as the TV changes scenes. Any ideas? This is an LCD failure. In a liquid crystal display, LCD screen, the image is created by a layer of liquid crystals. The spotting you are seeing is likely an area where the liquid in the liquid crystals has failed, leaked, or has been damaged by an impact. The crystals in that area are no longer able to properly align to block or pass light, resulting in a permanent dark or discolored spot on the screen. The TV is damaged, and the screen will need to be replaced. What was the weirdest object for you? Let me know in the comments and share this to test your friends. If you love uncovering these mysteries, hit like and subscribe. Your support helps us find more curious explorers like you. Stay curious.